Alright, again, we're going to be talking about Unit 2, Lesson 4. We're going to be down on our second day on page 62. We're going to focus on, which is our rectangles. First of all, when we looked at a rectangle, we said yesterday it's parallel lines, because E and G are parallel, H and F are parallel. But what I want you to just ask yourself on question number 3, write everything you know about the opposite sides. Well, one thing we know, we said they're parallel, and they're the same length. So again, if this is 3 centimeters, this must be 3 centimeters. We discussed that yesterday. If this is 6 centimeters, this must be 6 centimeters. So that's all true. Now, also, what do we know about the adjacent side of the rectangle? The adjacent sides are perpendicular, because we do intersect right here, and we have right angles. And if we recall right when we were talking about perpendicular lines, what does that mean? It means when every time you come to an intersection, they intersect each other and they have a right angle, that means they are perpendicular. And we can remember that. So we all have 4 square corners. That's another thing about a rectangle. Opposite sides are the same length, and they have 2 adjacent sides. But one thing I want to talk about today is, let's get rid of some of these numbers, is when we're talking about perimeter of something, and we say the perimeter is 10 centimeters. And we want you to tell me to break it down on what these all are going to mean. And 10 centimeters means if this is a 4 centimeters, I shouldn't say that way because I want to use that to be the longer side. If this is 4 centimeters, what must E be? E must be 4 centimeters. 4 plus 4 is 8. So then you have to think 10 minus 8 is how much? Because if the total is 10, 10 minus 8 would be 2. So these have to add up to 2. What plus what? So what plus what is going to equal 2? Well, I think a 1 would work. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So 1 centimeter. That's not good. So 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 4 more is 9, plus 1 is 10 centimeters. That's one way you can do 10 centimeters. Another way, you just have to think of different combinations to get to 10 centimeters. We can go down one number on 4. So we can say these are going to be 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters. And that would be 3 plus 3 would be 6. 10 minus 6 would equal 4. So what plus what is going to give me 4? And usually you just have to add 1 to these. So it would be 2. It was 1, now it's 2. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 2 is 10. If we change the perimeter to 12, let's see if we get different results. So we say now the perimeter is 12 centimeters. And I said find all the combinations we can find for 12 centimeters. You're always going to start off with 1 on the sides. 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. Always start off with 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 10 minus 2 is, 12 minus 2, think of the old one still, is going to be 10. So what plus what is going to be equal, because if E and G has to be equal, what are they going to be equal to? So if you think of 10, what plus what is going to equal 10? Well, that answer would be 5 centimeters and 5 centimeters. Alright, so let's do one more, and then we're going to review a lot of this in class because I know it's a lot to go through. If we change this one, and I said before add 1, So there'll be a 2. Change all these numbers out again. Because this side, if this is a 2, this must be a 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 12 minus 4 equals 8. So now what plus what will equal 8? That's even, equal. So you can't say 6 plus 2 because 6 and 2 are not equal. But a 4 could go here and a 4 could go there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would work. So that answer would be 4 and 4. 4, 6, 8, 12. And again, as I said, I'm going kind of quickly, but we're going to talk more on this in class. If we add one more number to the 2, and what do we do to the h? We must do to f. So now we have 3 plus 3, which equals 6. 12 minus 6, which will come down to 6. So what plus what will equal 6? You have to think of that. And the answer would be 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. And those would be 3's. Which would also mean that is now a square. So all sides are equal. And when you get down to it, when you do your primer, when you get down to a square, that is it. You can't go any further. So we can't go 4 and change all those numbers because it won't be different. We're going to go over some more possible primers and different rectangles and squares tomorrow. But it's kind of give you an idea. Going back to page 62, what they want you to do is just draw different rectangles on the grid. Remember rectangles, they have to be parallel lines. And they have to be perpendicular in the corners. So H and F would be parallel, E and G would be parallel. And go from there. And remember what a square can be. And have a good night, and you've been flipped.